abstraction. Next, after understanding abstraction, so we need to understand few more important concepts in TypeScript. We need to learn about few more important topics, some basic also. So one major option in TypeScript, we discussed about object-oriented programming and all. And technically, in TypeScript, we learned about the basic options like variables, data types, operators, statements, and all. After understanding that, few more important topics are there which we need to understand now. Another important concept while working with TypeScript is we need to know about generics. Generics is a concept actually. The main intention of generic is actually generics technically very common for people who are related to Microsoft technologies. Because in Microsoft technologies, in all their languages, usually they have a concept called generics. And they are inbuilt available. Generics are inbuilt available. And their developers use this very commonly. And because TypeScript belongs to Microsoft, some of the generic features are introduced and available with TypeScript because actually TypeScript was designed for a C# language, which uses generics. And TypeScript also can use generics. Technically, what is generic? How to handle this generic? What are the important points we need to know about generics? So technically, generic refers to type safe. Generic refers to type safe. Actually, the first important thing you need to know, generic refers to type safe. Type safe, generic technically refers to type safe means, what is the point about type safe means? The data type initially not known to compiler. The data type initially not known to compiler. So when a value is provided, according to the value type, it can fix the data type for any reference. it can fix the data type for any reference and make it strongly typed. Strongly typed. That is a general point. That means the concept is, suppose I say that I have to create a memory reference and where I need to store a value, but I am not sure about what type of value is coming, because if I'm not sure about what type of value is coming because it is coming from some other sources. But once I get the value and I know the value type, once I get and know the value type, then I must fix the reference to that particular type. Fix the reference to that particular type. Then you may ask, like, then if you don't know the type, then you can use any type. You can use any type. Actually, if I use any type, then what is problem is it can handle any type of data. I don't want like that. I want to handle only specific type of data. But I am not sure about the type of data initially. Then we will tell the compiler that the data is generic type. Then compiler waits for value. And once the value is defined, then what it can do is, once the value is defined, then it will identify the value type and it will fix the data type for that. And it can fix the data type for that. That is what actually generic is. Important is, I will show you that point. So how it can handle that. Important is Typescript. Typescript can use generics for properties, generics for methods and classes. That means anything can be generic type. A class can be generic type, a property can be generic type, a method can be generic type. You can use anything as generic. So even classes, interfaces, all this can be generic type. That means a interface also can be a generic type. Interface can also be a generic type. So that means how these generic options work. So let's take one simple example for that. Let's see simple point about this generic, because later whenever situation comes, we need to use them regularly. Let's see a basic point here. For example, now I am creating a simple method. Let's open this. Yeah. Yeah, let's add a new folder here. In the O, I'm adding a folder generics. Okay. Now I'm creating a new file. So